Take, okay.
No, if your wife is no, if your kid.
Good afternoon. If you're joining, go ahead and share, please. What's up? Go back. That's it. Okay. Five, five, two, three. Good afternoon, Olayemi. Good afternoon, TikTok. Good afternoon, Facebook. Um, I think I have about 1 hour and something. I don't have 2 hours today. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. It's all about the children today. So please kindly share. Good afternoon, Sister Funke. Good afternoon, Adedayo. Good afternoon, TikTok. Good afternoon, Facebook. Good afternoon, YouTube. I'm live on YouTube too. I need to do better on that YouTube and let people know it's there. So I'll work on that. So good afternoon. We're talking about the children today. Who is protecting the children? Who is protecting the children? Good afternoon. The conversation we don't like to discuss, the conversation we can no longer avoid. We need to talk about it. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I need a timer. I did I 4:30, 4:45, 4:45. So I can quickly get myself together for 15 minutes before my next patient comes in. Good afternoon. Please go ahead and share. Go ahead and tag people. Go ahead and share. Go ahead and share. Good evening. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Whether you're watching live or you're catching a replay, this is a conversation that matters to me. And as well, I think it should matter to everyone. If you're a parent, you are a child, some of you are still children, to some grandmas, So no matter what, this conversation matters. You have kids, you will have kids, you are a grown-up child. So please, this is not about the court of law. I'm not here to judge nobody. I just want to bring an awareness and teach us some things. That's what this is all about. This is not a court. This is not court. It is not about politics or policies. It's not about all these celebrities or whatever. It is actually not about social media. This is much bigger than all that. Much, much bigger. This is about our children. This is about the kids. This is about children. This is about our children. Okay. So, because, I've something will just give me sleepless night. I've been sleeping though. Thank you, Ola Emita, my son. Thank you. But the more I think about this child abuse issue, the more I want to do something about it. The more I think about it, the more I see things just jumping at me. So I've been posting little by little here and there. Good afternoon, Obadun Idowu. Good afternoon, TikTok. Somewhere, I want you to just think about this. You don't have to be an advocate for child abuse. Good afternoon, Fabulous. You don't have to be an advocate. If you're a parent or you will be a parent, this should be a concern. And I want you to have this somewhere, just store it. This one statement, I'm going to read it for you, or I'm going to read it to you. This one statement, somewhere, I was writing this note last night and I'm like, okay, somewhere right now. Good afternoon, Somi. Somewhere right now, somewhere, a child is hoping that just one adult would notice. Notice what? Somewhere. Let me, how do I share this one? Call me, please give me a minute. How do I share this one to my WhatsApp? Mm, I just never have time to sit down and figure these things out. I don't have that time. And I need to, especially now that I'm constantly using WhatsApp. I don't know. I don't know. They can join on Facebook. Okay, right here. I see it. So I'm going to share it. Hold on, people. To my WhatsApp. Boom. Okay, I think I did share it to my WhatsApp. Okay, so this sentence, I said somewhere tonight, somewhere right now, a child, a child, huh, is carrying a secret that feels too heavy to tell. Somewhere, we adults we do it, but this is about the kids tonight. So somewhere right now, a child is sitting down, just thinking in his head, and have this heavy load that he or she is thinking or wishing. I wish I have just one person that I can just open up to, a child. And a child that I mean is 3-year-old, 2-year-old, 5-year-old. People are crazy. People are insane. A 7-year-old, a 16-year-old child, a 17-year-old child. When we become 18, then we are now adults. So a child from 1-year-old, let me say 1-year-old, to 17-year-old or 18 is sitting down somewhere right now thinking, I wish I can tell this secret to somebody. I wish that I can unload this burden to an adult somewhere. Okay? Somewhere tonight. A child is open, even when that child is not bold enough, confident enough to open up to an adult. A child somewhere right now is open that just one adult, not even talking about two, will notice what the secret is carrying, the burden she's carrying, the heavy load on her head, the heavy load on his head. Just one adult. Me, I look into people straight in the eyes, and I'm teaching you and I'm telling you now, you know, look into your children's eyes. It's not about staring. It's just a glance. Sometimes all it takes is a glance. When I look at my kids, they're grown adults now. I can just steal a glance and be like, Tommy, are you okay? Yes, mommy. No, you're not okay. I'm just tired. It's just one glance. I look into people's eyes, maybe because of my job, but I've always been like that anyway. When you walk in through my door, I need to make that eye contact. That eye contact is telling me you're fine, you're in distress, you're stressed. It's telling me something, or okay, you are relieved. So before you even sit down on the couch, before I start asking you, how is your day? Before I start asking you, how do you feel? I'm already communicating with your brain. Psychologically, I'm already sizing you up. I'm already looking into your eyes and making contact. You know, you can call it discernment, but you know what? Doesn't even have to be spiritual. Do you understand? It's you paying attention. Develop that skill if you are a parent or want to be a parent. A good one, because some parents, they are not parents. Do you understand? So make it an habit. Just always steal that glance and just look straight into your children's eyes. You will see pain, you will see happiness, you will see concern, you will see secret, you will see stories that they're not opening their mouth to tell. That is when you can be like, are you okay? Is everything okay? The way you have that empathy to ask question is the way they will open up. If you make them feel like, okay, you already judged before you even open your mouth, they will never open their mouth to tell you anything. Do you understand? So somewhere tonight, right now, as I am speaking, a child is carrying a secret that feels too heavy to tell. And somewhere tonight, a child, good evening, for me, is hoping that one adult will notice something. I've been to people's homes, I've been around parents, and I could tell something is going on. Are you okay? Sometimes kids will call me. Sometimes kids will be like, can I talk to you? Because when you show genuine concern, they feel safe to open up to you. They feel safe to open up to you. So that is why we're here tonight. This afternoon. It's night in Nigeria. So I want to ask you just one question. We're here to answer one question. Who is protecting the children? Who is protecting the children? Okay, who is protecting the children? Lord, I just want to pray because I don't know. Because sometimes when I hear adults talking about child abuse, child molestation, child this and that, I don't see concern. We don't take it serious. I take it serious. I've worked with children for over 25 years. As a teacher, as a counselor, as a caregiver, as everything. And I'm a mother too. So it's a big concern to me. It's a big deal to me. The way I take domestic violence serious is I even take this one even more seriously than domestic violence, because at least adults can still open up. Children, they're so fearful they cannot. So I'm just going to pray first of all, because I feel like I just need to pray. Okay, God will just commit this conversation into your hands. I pray for wisdom instead of emotion. I don't want these people to see emotion. I pray for wisdom. I pray for compassion instead of judgment. I pray that you will encourage us. You will give us the courage to protect the vulnerables, which are the kids. I pray for every survivor, every victims. I pray that you will heal them today. You will comfort them. You will touch them. I raise every families and communities into your hands. Lord, we just want a safe place for our children to live in. We want a safe place and a place of safety and hope for our children. And I pray that this conversation, I'm just doing my little bit, you know. I know I'm not gonna help everybody. I cannot help everybody, but I pray if it's just one person today that would take this and run with it and do something with it and keep just one child safe. It is good enough for me. And Lord, I just pray that this conversation will save lives. This conversation will strengthen homes. This conversation will protect children. In the name of Jesus. That's my purpose, to protect our children, to strengthen our homes, to give back hope, to save lives. That's all this is all about. And Lord, I pray that you will touch everybody hearing me in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, so let's go ahead. Why does this conversation matter? I'm going to try and rush because I don't have much time. As many of you know, I'm a counselor, I'm a domestic violence advocate, and I am an holistic practitioner. So, many over the years, I have worked with people carrying invisible wounds. As a medical massage practitioner, I'm supposed to be treating people for their pain, chronic pain. I have a pain clinic, and I see people every day for chronic pain. This just started 2 years ago, but I'm talking about over the years. I've been a counselor for 25 years. 25 years, I've worked in schools, I've worked in hospitals, I've worked in assisted living, I've worked with old people, name it, from age zero, because I've been a caregiver too. I've taken care of little babies. I've worked in schools, in crèche, in preschool, from preschool to high school, I worked. And I've taught adults. I've been an assistant professor in an adult school. So name it. And all these years, even while working as a teacher or special education training and all that, I have seen pain in people, invisible pain, invisible wounds. People carry invisible wounds that ordinary eyes cannot see unless they tell you. Pain that people do not talk about. If you have to be, you have to be extra, you have to be exceptional or skilled to see some pains. Do you understand? And then in the last 2 years that I've been doing pain clinic, I have seen pain. I have worked with people carrying invisible pains, invisible wounds. You know, if this is, if I scratch this now and you see blood, you will see pain of the soul. Yes, you will see the scar. You No, these are things going on inside, and then it radiates, and then it manifests into your physical being. And then people continue to live in chronic pain. And then that's no matter what you try to do, it may relieve them. That's when you'll be like, oh, you know what? I felt relieved when I came here last week. By the third day, I was already feeling pain again. Because the most pain, I'm gonna need this fan. Discussion like this just makes me so hot. You know, the pain will just continue. Why? It's coming from the inside. It's not the physical, but the inside. Early today, I just blocked one of my patients because I'm doing contract, and I can I can block whoever I don't want to work with. I try so much to work with every single client and patient, but if our energy is clashing, I don't force it, because if I am a provider and I'm a professional and I'm treating you and you're clashing with my energy, that's not where you will be okay. I understand PTSD, I understand the pain you're carrying and all that, but and this is the first time in 2 years on this contract that I will block a patient. First time. I already know his problem and I'm not his problem. And as much as I want to help you, no, you have to allow me to be able to help you. You cannot be disrespectful. I cannot take no amount of money at this level in my life. I'm not rich yet, but I have zero tolerance for disrespect. So I will talk to you one on one, first of all. Your response will determine my reaction. I cannot work in a negative environment. I cannot work with somebody that his energy is clashing with mine. I've worked too hard to walk like that. And I realized that people just walk around with wounds and transfer aggression and transfer pain. You can't transfer your pain to me. And let me tell you, some of this pain, some of these wounds, they don't, it's not something that happen when you are an adult. Some of this pain, some of these wounds happen when we are kids. A role of a mother is to protect our children. A lot of parents do not do that. A lot of parents, let me put the comment here so people can see. A lot of parents, they don't. They are not protecting their kids. So many of these ones did not begin in adulthood. They began in childhood. A child who was never believed. You know, some of the kids will even say, Mommy, Uncle, this did that to me. Auntie, this did that to me. My teacher said this. My teacher did that. Some of these kids, guess what? You don't believe them. You think she's making it up. One mother even told me, oh la la, she had a dream. It must be a dream. I said, it must be a dream. Really. A, you have zero tolerance to disrespect since when? Since I was since Kekere. Oh, that's my sister. You know, oh, zero, zero, zero. I can't take it. I can't. I will not disrespect you. So don't disrespect me. I can't take any. Tiny. I cannot. I cannot. Anyway, a child who was told to keep quiet. A child who learned that protecting adults was more important than protecting children, right? Kunle came to tell you Auntie Ramata did this to her, but because Auntie Ramata is your sister, or Auntie Ramata is your husband's sister, you say, oh, shut up, shut up, shut up. We shush kids to protect adults. Who is protecting the children? We shush kids to protect adults. Yes, that's the right word. A child who learned that protecting adults was more important than protecting him, that child would never be the same again. Years later, those children become adults sitting in counseling rooms asking the questions like, why can't I trust people? A lot of these trust issues started when we were young. Some people, they can, when it comes to trust, they have issues. They have issues. They have issues. Even adults that know they're here in my office for treatment, I could tell, like, okay, they're fearful, they're scared of me touching them. Some would tell me, I've never had massage. I'll be like, this is not full body massage. This is not a spa. This is treatment. Don't worry. Trust me. I'm going to take care of you. You will be okay. You will be fine. Adults, they're not kids. So even though they know they're safe, they know this is a treatment room. But that fear of, I don't want nobody touching me. I don't want nobody touching me. Why can't I trust people? These are some of the questions in therapy. It is not massage. Why do I panic when someone raises their voice? Why do I feel ashamed of something that wasn't my fault? These are some of the things that we have planted in the head of children. Now children are adults. They're still living it. Those questions remind us that childhood trauma does not stay in childhood. You see, you abuse a child, any kind of abuse, it does not end there. It grows with that child. A child becomes an adult and they're still growing. That is still right there in the brain. I can't trust an adult. Okay, because every time you raise your voices at that person, they're reminded. The trauma is remembering that day. She's remembering those days. She's an adult. Those questions, they remind us of childhood trauma that doesn't stay as a child, but becomes an adult with us. It grows with us. The trauma grows with us. That's why we have people, we have adults bleeding. You should just sit down sometimes and be reading comment on social media. You feel sad. Some are so sickening. Like your body will be peppering you. You can't even take it. Like, do people talk like this? Do people behave like this? Do people misbehave like this? That is why, you know, your trauma follows you to adulthood. It follows people into adulthood instead of their getting healing. How many people go for therapy in Nigeria? How many people? So this is why prevention is better. I'm going to talk more about prevention. This is going to be another 4 weeks of us talking about this. I'm going to go through all the aspects. Go through all the aspects. This is my training manual. So you're getting this for free. This issue is bigger than one story because I posted something in the morning about, I posted some slide and somebody came into my inbox like, when are you going to back off this Baba Ijesha story? I did not respond because I don't respond to idiots. I posted things about child molestation, child abuse, and you come into my inbox asking me when I'm going to let go of this Baba Ijesha issue. What's my home with him? This is bigger than him. This is way bigger than anyone. This is way bigger than one story. This is way bigger than one occurrence. People are walking around bleeding. You asking me when I'm going to back off one person. What's my own? Am I the judge that sentenced him? No, I'm not. So I'm not even concerned about him. I didn't even remember him when I was writing or posting whatever I posted. So I did not respond to the person because I don't have time responding to fools because I believe that person is a fool. If you have to go about just jumping from post to post, defending a pedophile, then you're an enabler or you are one of them. And I don't have time for such people. My own bigger issue is to bring awareness. My own issue. Yeah. I mean, I did not respond. I just blocked him straight away. I don't have time, honestly. Even for serious, for real deals, I don't have time. Not to talk about me just going back and forth with a pedophile because that's who I see him to be. Because if you have to be bold enough to come online and be fighting for a pedophile or a suspect, I will give anyone a chance, a second chance, an audience. If you hurt a child in any way, I can't forgive you. I can't forgive you. I don't want to be seen with you. I don't want to have anything to deal with you. These are helpless human beings. So if you feel like you're too big or I don't even want to go there. Every time a story about child abuse appears in the news, every time we hear one more story about a child abuse, people choose sides. Some will defend, some will accuse, some will argue, some will insult. They still insulting me under my post, which I don't even have time going there to read anymore. Oh, wow, okay, they can do whatever they want. Meanwhile, the child is forgotten. That story, that news broke out because of one child, right? Adults, we have forgotten about that one child that was abused. We forget about what is this? One child. That one child. We'll forget about the main thing, the real deal. Okay. And then we are protecting adults. If we ask now, like, okay, that's same Baba Jesha story. Where is the child we're fighting for? I don't even know. I don't know where that child is. I don't know anything about that child. Do you understand? But this adult is being celebrated everywhere. Where is the child in this case? Where is the child in this news? And this happens all the time. The child that is supposed to, for us to give hope. The child that we're supposed to protect, we forget about that child. There are a lot of Baba Jesha in our society. Oh, come on, tell me about it. That's why they're fighting for him everywhere. It's such a shame. I thought about it. I said, where is this particular child in this particular case? We don't even know. We can't hear about him. We've not been hearing about her, except that people, adults, not even people, adults continue to beat her down. She, of course, has access to the internet. She's reading all this. She's reading all the accusation. She's reading everything that adults are saying about her. And she's supposed to be the one we're supposed to be protecting, but we left that. We left the victim and we're protecting the perpetrator. That's the world that we live in. We forget the child. Let's change that. My reason for doing this is let us change that. It may not be your child. It may be your neighbor. It may be your student. It may be a child in church. It may be a child of a co-worker. A child is a child. And we as adults, we need to be equipped. We need to be aware to protect any child that we can. Do you understand? So whenever we hear about child abuse, our first question should be, who can I defend? Our first question should be, no. Our first question should not be, who can I defend? Because in this case now, I'm using Baba Jesha because that's what is trending. It was a question of a child and an adult. Who do I defend? They're defending the adult. It should not be a question. When you hear that case of any news of an adult abusing a child, there should not even be a question of who do I defend? Who do I trust? Safety first. And who do you want to safeguard? The child. Our first question should be, how do we protect this child? What can I do to protect this child? Should be the first question. Nigeria will always be that way. I'm telling you, your priest, your pastor, your teacher, everybody. How do I protect this child? And that will just change the whole narrative. That will change the conversation. The reality we must face. Child abuse happens in every nation. This is not a Nigerian thing. Every nation. Every nation. The difference is, let's say in America, when you get caught, it's a long haul. You will go to jail and all that. You'll be listed as a sex offender and all that. You can't live around school. You can't live around where children. There are things that will, it's a long thing. Child abuse happens everywhere, in every nation. It happens in the wealthy communities. Oh, their own, oh, Jesus. So this is not about, okay, he's jobless, that's why he has time. No. It happens in poor communities. It happens in cities, in villages. It happens in the church. It happens everywhere. Western world, third world. Everywhere it happens. In homes, in schools, places of worship, sport programs, online. Everywhere. Every community, it happens. And research consistently shows that many children experience sexual abuse before the age of 18. Because at 18, they believe, okay, it's consenting. Even when they're raping you, they still saying it's consenting. But at least that's an adult. A lot of children would never tell anyone. Many wait for years to speak out. And then when they speak out, we begin to beat them down. We begin to judge them for speaking up. Why didn't talk? I remember Busola Dakolo's story. Oh my God. I went through a lot for that case because I was all out. And people were talking, people were speaking. I started a challenge, speak up, speak out. People were speaking, people were talking. Come and hear people telling me about when they were in the choir at church. And these were teenagers. Choir master abusing them, pastor abusing them. These are adults that already have children. And one particular one, I had to message the choir director. Hi, Faith. I said, okay, so person was in your choir at so year. And this is what she said. We're going through some challenge of speak up. And she's speaking up that you raped her. This choir master is now a father, a grandfather. First of all, he came with defending himself. That's a lie. This and that. I will show you, Pepe. I will do this. I said, hey, I'm so glad because you are in Texas and I'm in Atlanta. I said, we both in Nigeria. I'm in America, not Nigeria. This happened in Nigeria. This person is now an adult. So sue me. Let's go. I'm a counselor. I have a client that wanted to confront you. And I said, okay, don't post him online. Let me talk to this person. She just wants you to accept that you did that to her. She wasn't a child, she was a teenager. She just wants you to accept that, yes, you did it. She just wants you to apologize to her. That's all. Now you're there threatening me. I said, good. I don't live in Nigeria. You live in America. I live in America. Whatever you did happened years ago. Somebody need an apology and you are threatening me. I said, let's go. You don't know me. First of all, go on my page and you will see I started this challenge like last month. So it's an ongoing thing. People will be so happy to read your story. Your family will be so happy to see their father's picture as one of the people that have. He came back begging me like, people lie. I said, well, that's why I am reaching out to you. I am not judging you and I'm not saying, yes, you did it. She accused you of something and I'm reaching out before we post you online, before she posts you online. Well, some people may say she's lying. A lot of people will believe her. And I believe that she's telling me the truth. She has no reason because she's in a good place too. So this is not about her looking for, you're not the governor of a state, so she's looking for money or she wants to ruin your campaign or your political career. Nobody knows you where you are, but they will know you, they will remember. And I said, let me tell you, if you did that to her, you probably did it to a lot of kids in your choir. You probably did it to a lot of kids in your church. So just give me that chance. I will just post your picture like, okay, this man was a choir master in so church. He raped somebody. I'm just posting it here in case you are one of his victims. Please come out. I woke up the following day. He was begging me, he would like to talk to her, blah, 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 blah. Do you understand? It happens everywhere. Many don't talk, many don't say, many will die with that secret and how it has affected their lives. A lot will want to. I probably will start another speak up challenge with this child abuse thing. I may not. I've not thought about it. Every time we see challenges like that, or I start posting speak up, I'll probably just post it for people to inbox me. Come and see stories. And until you are able to speak out, let it go, deal with it. Healing is not starting. You can't heal when you are still living with the trauma and you're not talking about it. You're not doing anything about it. It's going to be here. Some never speak up at all. And that should concern all of us. And that is why people bleed on us. That is why the society is so messed up. People are living with wounds of years. People are living with pain. And the biggest myth is this: oh, many people imagine a stranger hiding in the shadow is the villain, is the cop. Many children. The reality is this: many children are harmed by somebody they know. By somebody they know, somebody living within, somebody they know, one uncle, one staff, the gates man. I remember one time that I lived briefly in Nigeria and I just volunteered at the school. I volunteered at the school because my kids were there. Were there in Nigeria for like 2 years. So I volunteered at the school as a counselor. And then I think every Thursday I will go and talk to the I think it was primary school. So I'll speak with the senior ones. I was doing this weekly program that I will speak with the senior ones. And then the day we talked about child abuse, oh my God, it was mind blowing. I was sick in my soul. So after that class, the following morning, this girl was waiting for me by the gates because usually I will come with the driver to drop my kids to do school runs. I'll come in the morning, I'll come go pick them in the afternoon. He said she now wrote a letter and gave it to me. Said, "Mommy, please read it." I said, "Okay." On my way going home, I was reading this. Oh my God, tears were just flowing freely. Me that I don't cry. Tears were just flowing freely in my eyes. And she wrote and told me how their driver has been abusing her, molesting her. She's the last born of the family. Her siblings are way older than her. I think her mom had her when she was like already 50 or something. It was just a miracle child that she was. So she was the only one at home. She has a driver that brings her to school. The driver will be touching her. She will sit at the front. And then she wasn't satisfied with that. When our mom is not home, that's when it would just, I mean, at the time it penetrated her. I read that I mean, tears were just flowing freely in my eyes. And I said, okay, how do I do this? So when I went back in the afternoon, I said, okay, what do you want me to do? Tell me exactly what you want. He said, I told my mom one time, and she said I should shut up, that it did not. She thought I was making up stories because I didn't like Uncle, so. Fine. I said, okay. Do you want me to talk to your mom about this? She said she may not believe me. I said, don't worry about that. Let me talk to your mother. So I sent a message home to our mom, like, I would like to talk to you. This is not about phone conversation. If you don't mind coming to the school tomorrow. Then I went to to the school director. Like, I'm not gonna tell you this story yet, but if the mother permits, it doesn't concern the school anyway, because this is not the school driver. But I want to talk to this person's mom, and it's about this and this and this, but I won't tell you the details unless the mother said I could go ahead. The following day she came, we had that conversation. She was crying. She said I knew something was wrong, blah, 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 but she was busy. And let me tell you this, Nigerians watching me, Africans watching me, from when my kids were young, I let them know who is family by blood. I let them know who is family by employment. All my staff are not your uncles. Call them Mr. Femi. Call them Miss Fumi. They are not blood relations. You know why? Because children tend to protect family. They tend to Okpeyemi Olua. How are you? They tend to protect family. And when a driver is abusing your child and telling your child, don't tell mommy, you don't want to break the family bond. Whose family? Mbolotiwato lokun lorun. Do you understand? Because this is what he kept telling this girl. If you tell your mom, you will break this family. You will break the guy. Because she was calling him uncle. So my number one rule, let children know who is who in their lives. You can call my friends, auntie. They are my friends. Do you understand? A stepfather is a stepfather. Some of them, they go all the way. You will not know that's not the real father. It's okay. Still let your child know this is your stepdad. Some of you, they might be because when a stepfather begins to abuse her now, she should know, like, okay, why? How come? It has happened a lot of times. Why is my dad doing this to me? And some real biological parents do that to their own children too. So don't get me wrong. But make sure Auntie Busola is Auntie Busola. She's my friend. Uncle Tayo is Uncle Tayo. Is my friend. Do you understand? Blood relation, let them know. This is blood relation. Let them know. This is blood relation. Someone that family trusts, someone that your child trusts is mostly the one that is abusing her or him. Mostly people that we know, that they know. And then by the time an adult begins to call your child, Yawomi, I can go on and on and on about that, my wife. Don't be calling my child your wife. I don't care if it's a joke or not. Don't start from there. Don't even bring that. Do you understand? The one that was calling me Yawomi at 7 was the one that almost raped me. So you need to you need to set boundaries. You need to set boundaries when it comes to your children. You need to set boundaries when it comes to children. You need to teach them things. You need to let them know things. Explain to them according to their age. People will ask me, okay, when do we start talking to kids about sex? When do we start teaching children about sex? You know what? As from 4 years old, don't let anybody touch you anyhow. Don't let, you know, call body part the name that it is called. Penis is penis, vagina is vagina. Teach them the right words. Give them the confidence. Let them know what people can touch, what people cannot touch, how people can touch them, how people cannot touch them. Let them know. You don't talk to a 7-year-old the way you would talk to a 10-year-old. You don't talk to a 7-year-old the way you would talk to your 14-year-old teenager. Do you understand? You need to educate yourself as a parent. You need to do your research when it comes to your children. You need to pay attention. You need to open your eyes so wide. If I tell you how many people have been to their homes, and then I will know something is wrong, especially if it's a home that I've been before and I know how your children were, how they, and then I noticed like, okay, Kilo Busola, Busola, are you okay? Yes, auntie, I'm fine. Are you sure you're okay? Come here. I'm fine, ma. Okay. You see, I'm not going to let go. In my head, my inner eyes is following that child. It may not be anything. It may be something. So you as a parent, when you already know the kind of child that you have, you see that story that I just told you, like someone almost raped me when I was 7 years old. I was a very, very brilliant child. You see, when that incident happened, it affected me that I repeated the class because sometimes my classmates will be like, Atemopo Jualo. Because I repeated and they did not know. My parents moved around a lot. So moving from Kano back to Ibadan, because I was no longer interested in books. I refused to do homework. I became this dullard. Like, I don't want to have to do anything with school. So when we came back from Kano back to Ibadan, I had to repeat primary two. My father started teaching me himself. My dad was my teacher. He would sit me down. I mean, it's not like they couldn't let me go. My dad was like, "What is going on?" She has to repeat primary two. He made me repeat primary two. If my position has to be at the Shade Gold. Good afternoon. If my position has to be like far away behind, my dad said no. I grew up in Kano too. Oh yes, Habongeri, Festing Road, 1970, 1978, 79. I was living in Kano. And then we went back in the 80s too. You see, my dad said, no, you cannot be doing, getting 20, 25 position in the class of 30. Make her repeat. So I repeated primary two. I've actually never told this story until now. I know you've heard a lot of stories about me. First time I'm saying it. Even my sister watching me, she doesn't even know. Do you understand? For the first time, because sometimes I'll sit down and be doing inner healing. I'm like, why did I even repeat primary two? I don't think anyone in my family remembers that I repeated a class. And that's why I'm behind from my mates. Do you understand? I had to repeat. So when your child has been this outspoken, brilliant, interesting child, and all of a sudden she withdraws, and you don't pay attention to know something is going on. The moment they feel withdrawn, the moment they begin to withdraw, the moment a happy child begins to be sad, the moment a smiling face begins to be frowning, you as a parent, you need to pay attention. You need to pay attention. You need to know something is going on. It may not be abuse, or it may just be a teacher in school troubling her. It may just be it may just be anything. It is very, very important that you know the kind of kids you have. My kids are grown up now. If I open the door to my house now and I look into their faces, I know something is not right. As a matter of fact, I don't need to see their faces. If my child call me now, I call one of them, hello, mommy, hello, Lasson, I know something is going on. And I have a sister like that. When she calls me, it's like, I think she was okay. I'll be like, yes, more okay. No, no, no. You're not okay. I'll be like, Alero, I'm fine. No, hey, we're okay. You're not fine. That will call me like, doctor, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine now. No, doctor, what's going on? I'm fine. So you have to know people that are around you. You have to know when something is wrong, especially your kids, because the inner people, the family, the people they respect, someone with influence, someone close, someone that the family trusts, are mostly the ones that are abusing them, are mostly the one that has done something to them. That is why protecting children requires more than warning them about strangers. We'll be telling them, hey, don't talk to a stranger. Don't let a stranger talk to you. When you're coming back from school, don't look at a stranger. Don't enter a stranger's car. Don't. What about the enemy within? What about the enemy within? What about the driver that is driving her home? What about the gate man at the gate? What about the house help, the housekeeper? What about the chef cooking your food? And what about the uncle living with them? Your sister living with them? You know, I, what about the people living inside your own house, sleeping on your bed, eating your food? What about them? So this is not about a stranger. This is not about a stranger. This is not only about a stranger. It requires building environments where children can safely speak. Make your children comfortable. Teach your children to be comfortable. Make them comfortable. Make them to trust you. Make them so comfortable that they trust you, that they know no matter what I do, mommy still get my back. No matter what I do, I can still open my mouth. My dad, I was so close to my dad. I was so close to my dad that even when I was an adult, went to poly, when I was an adult, you see, I would think very well before I do anything, because anything, and this is the way I set boundary for myself. Whatever I cannot tell my dad, whatever I couldn't tell him, I didn't want to do. Because at a point, even if I didn't tell him, if I have problem or if I need help, I knew at that time that the only person that I can run to was my father. So even in my head, I'm thinking, okay, if I do this thing and my dad hears about this, how is he going to feel? How would I make him feel? So that was a big boundary and check for me at that time. Even when I got married, do you know, I mean, I've been married twice. None of them could say they ever called my parent to report me for anything. Because before I open my mouth, before I do anything, I'll be like, okay, if this person calls my dad, if something happens, if they call my dad, how is he going to feel? Make your children feel close. Make your children feel comfortable. Create a safe environment for your children so that they can trust you. They can trust you with any kind of information. Even if the worst happen, they can still trust you like, I'm going to tell my dad. Because by the time an abuser starts threatening, like, I will kill you, I will do this, I will do that, they should be able to trust you that I can tell daddy. Well, Ndoba mashele, Ndoba mashele, I will still tell my father. I will still tell my father. I haven't had that. I mean, that was my check. That was my boundary. So it's you building that safe environment for your children against strangers, against family, against anybody. Do you understand? I will even still go and tell on my mom to my dad because I know it will be, my dad will believe me. And I never lied to him. So it's you building trust, teaching them how to trust and embrace love, trust too. It is very, very important. It is very, very important. We grow like that. Why do children stay silent? Children stay silent for many reasons. Because they are scared. Somebody that is doing evil to her or to him is already making her scared. They're already scaring this person. It's already scared to open them out. And let me say, sometimes biological parents abuse their own children sexually. A 69-year-old woman came here last week telling me, oh, we're talking about this subject, and it's like, oh, I didn't forgive my father until he was about to die because he was sexually molesting our brother. The brother is now 62 years old. That's their own father. I said, your biological dad or stepdad? He said, my mom was only married to him. We were four of us. And that father, that's the father, right? Okay. If that boy trusted his mom to be like, okay, I could tell on my dad, she would have. Me, as the way I trusted my dad, the way my father trusted me, I would tell on my mom, like, she did this. My dad will listen to you. Okay, my sister said, yes, Baba Riri, with listening here. My dad will listen to you before anything. No. Wa akoko sote nu no. And it depends on if you had built trust with him. For me, my dad trusted me. No, he trusted me. Even when I did some anky panky, he still trusted me. I remember one day that his friend came home and said he saw me at Keja. Me that I told my father I was going to Unilag to read. And as a matter of fact, it wasn't me that he saw. It was my cousin. But I was supposed to be at the library with my cousin. My cousin went to see our boyfriend in Ikeja. This man saw Peju, may our soul rest in peace, and came to report us that, Ijadu, Mourinho More, he said it like he saw us at Ikeja. My dad said, ooh, he said, Mori Peju at Busola, like he saw Peju and Busola at Ikeja. My dad said, Airo, you need like Guinea. You need like Noah. We should have come home that day. But I was waiting for my cousin to come back. Eventually she came. By the time we came home, we saw this Baba, this man, I can never forget. He would come and eat in our house. Oh, I was so mad. So my dad was still arguing with him when we came in. It's like, no, they went to the library. I don't know how to lie. My cousin is Baba. She was the one that has all this extra waka. But I'll be the one to have to, protect her. So my dad's like, oh, yeah, bossy. Where are you coming from? I said, we're coming from Unilag. My dad said, I said, yes, sir. You did not go to Ikeja. I said, Ikeja. No, I was at the library. My dad said, are you sure? I said, Daddy, I told you I was going to the library at Unilag. If I was going to Ikeja, I would have told you I was going to Ikeja. I mean, we were already adults. Some of our mates were already in the university. We were just doing jam. So why would I lie? He said, Baba Lagbaja. Now he was giving my dad face like it shouldn't be that we should not know it all. My dad said, no, you said you saw them at Ikeja. And truly, he saw my cousin. but he did not see me. But I was the one who was saying, hey, Moribu Sola ati peju. And truly, I was at the library, Abi. And my dad said, Imbolo, wa. I said, Daddy, I'm coming from the library. My dad did not even ask my cousin any question, no, because once more, pay me ni Elenu plo plo plo. I said, Daddy, we're coming from the library. You know, at that point, even when if they say, okay, swear, you know, I will be able to swear, right? Uh-huh. But my dad would not say that. My dad said, I trust her. If she says she's coming from the library, she is coming from the library. And that was the end of the story. Guess what I did that day? I only gave that man one meat. One meat. My dad said, what is this? I said, Daddy, sorry, sir. This still is, I didn't know we're going to have a guest. It was supposed to be for you. I was supposed to serve you with this meat. So he gets one, you get one. I even stabbed my dad because of him. That man, since that day, because he just wanted, I mean, we're too old for my dad to go inside and bring a cane. My dad never caned me. Popsi mi omo egba ba ikon fi no mi ri. So now as an adult, you want him to slap us or do what? I don't understand because he was so antagonistic that day. And my dad saying, I trust her. Eh? On trust her one more period. How can you trust girls? How can you trust children? My dad said, you see this one? Whatever she says, I trust her and I believe her. End of story. I mean, other than that, they're old enough to have boyfriend, even if they lie and went to their boyfriend's house. My dad was liberal like that. My point is, trust your child and let your child trust you. Build that safe environment so it will just create a safe environment for your children. Okay. So, for many reasons, why children keep quiet, because they have been threatened, they are afraid, they love the person harming them. You will be like, how can an abused person love a victim love the abuser? An uncle, a driver that she's so close to, uh, auntie, the house help taking care of them. They are people that they love. So they're protecting somebody that they love. They're protecting family. That's why I said, let uncle know uncle. Let staff know they are staff. Oh. Let your children know. Yes, Auntie Ramota is here working. That kind of family bond is different from blood bond. Explain to them, everybody is not their uncle. I never believe in that. Or a mommy is or a mommy. Oh. Or a popsy is or a popsy. Or your dad's friend is your dad's friend. It's not your uncle. It's not your family member. It is important for parents to trust their kids and to build a safe environment, and for your kids to be able to trust you. Because now she knows you're going to bring pompo. How would you expect a child that knows you're going to beat her or beat him? Open the mouth and say, okay, uncle so did something, or auntie so do something. Set boundaries for them, with them. They will not open their mouth to talk because they think no one will believe them. They will not open their mouth to talk because they fear getting someone into trouble. Oh, why didn't you say anything? I don't want Uncle Kola to be in trouble. He said he will be in trouble. I don't want Auntie Kinikon to be in trouble. They're protecting that person because they have been manipulated into believing it is their fault. The next thing is your fault. See the kind of pattern you're wearing around the house. A child in a own household, they'll make you feel guilty. Rape victim, sometimes the first thing you want to see, what did she wear? Okay, even if somebody is walking naked, must you go and touch that person? If you're a sane person, if you're not insane, even if you see a naked body, must you go and touch that naked body? Something must be wrong with you. There's no excuse for abuse. There's no excuse for sexual assault. You have problem. You are sick. You are sick. You are insane. To now blame that person for how they dress, how they spoke, how they do this. It means you have no discipline. You have no self-discipline. You have no control over yourself, over your your flesh. That's what it means. Silence should never be mistaken for consent. You're touching somebody, she kept quiet, and you feel like, she didn't say no. Really? And silence should never be mistaken for the absence of abuse. Because she kept quiet does not mean you did not abuse her. Because she didn't say anything does not mean what you did was right. Every adult listening to me, you have a role. Child protection is not only for the parent. Child protection is not only the responsibility of a parent. Every child around you, you're responsible for them as an adult. You're responsible to keep them safe. You're responsible for you to give them hope. You're responsible to build that safe environment for every child. Either you're a teacher, either you're a pastor, you are a imam, you are a healthcare professional, you are a neighbor, you are a staff, you are extended family, your friends, your community leader. Every child in your care, every child around you, every child in your environment, you're supposed to protect them. Every adult who has influence in a child's life has a responsibility to help keep that child safe. Let me repeat that. Every adult who has an influence in a child's life, you have a responsibility to keep that child safe. So, 5 things every parent should teach their kids. Somebody help me be typing it. Teach your child, my body belongs to me. This is my body. This is my body. If you feel, even if you're my boyfriend, if you misbehave anyhow with my body, the way that I'm so defensive, teach your child. This is your body. Your breast is your breast. Your vagina is yours. If you say no, it is no. Even as an adult, if you don't want to be touched, you are not supposed to be touched. Some people are so unruly. If you touch me anyhow, I will slap you before I even realize that I've already slapped you. You cannot be unruly around me. You cannot be unruly around me. You cannot be. It is very disrespectful to me. Very, very disrespectful. I see it as disrespectful. Even if we're in a relationship, we're not, you get to a point of, okay, your body belongs to each other. If we're not there yet and you just want to, who is flagging me? Why can everybody be flagging my TikTok? Why? If you don't want to hear, those are abusers. That's why they want to flag. Do you understand? I can say no to inappropriate touch. Teach your child, your body belongs to you. You can say no to inappropriate touch. If anybody touch you any way that is, you will know now, even as young as a child is, they will know like, no, you're not supposed to touch me like that. That's true. There are no secrets about touching that I have to keep. These are the things you will tell your children. Somebody tells you, don't touch, don't talk, don't say, don't keep secret. Whatever anybody has done to you, and you have to keep secret. No, don't keep that secret. As a child, do not keep that. Tell me, I will believe you. Sometimes kids lie, adults lie too. But tell me first. If someone makes me uncomfortable, I can tell a trusted adult. Those are the things you will tell your kids. If one adult doesn't listen, I will tell another adult. Something happened at choir practice. Something happened at lesson. Something happened at school. Something happened at church. Something happened in the house. You tell your dad he didn't listen. Go tell your mom. Tell your sister. Teach them. Teach them how to trust adults. Teach them the kind of adult they can trust. But guess what? You are the first call. You are the first call. Children need to know that speaking up is never wrong. If anybody has done anything, even when they scream at you on necessary, let me know. Let me know. It's not like you're raising a spoiled brat. No. Some adults, apart from Sexual assault, the way they treat kids. Oh my God. Be their confidant. Yes. Let be your children's confidant. If a child discloses abuse, you as an adult, stay calm. Oh. Stay calm. Children can lie sometimes. It is true, but hey, your child has told you something. Have a listening here and then stay calm. Listen carefully. Do not blame the child because blaming the child is next time is she's not gonna come report. He is not gonna come to report. So do not pressure the child for unnecessary details. Let them tell you what they are comfortable or remember to tell you. Reassure them that they did the right thing by telling someone. I told you this is one of those topics that some people that are sick in their head. I don't know why they will report this now. You understand? And put a restriction on me because we're talking about child molestation. Oh, wow, okay. Reassure them that they did the right thing by telling someone. Report the concern according to your local laws. If it's a school, go to that school the following day straight away. You want to stop at the school first. Their response will determine if you go straight to the police. Do not hear and just not do anything about it. You telling your child, why did you tell me? You have to do something about it. You have to report. If it's a church, well, if the pastor is the abuser, what do? You call the elders because this happen a lot in our churches, and we're trying to protect these grown-ups against our own children. Ah, are you go? We can't say, we can't tell because he's the pastor, because he's the senior pastor. Really? You will call the elders meeting on that pastor. Report to local laws. If it's America, if you don't pick that phone and report immediately, you will be an accomplice. Even you may end up in jail because you are protecting an abuser, especially if that abuser is living within your house and that child is still there. You're supposed to be protecting this child. You're supposed to have reported. You have not done any of those. And that child is still living in the same environment with the abusers. Anyway, your response may shape whether that child continue to seek help or not. And please do your best, get therapy for your child that has been through one kind of abuse or the other. Get help, get therapy. It is very, very important. That is how to get rid and get over with the trauma. If you don't, then that child will continue to grow up. Child protection and reporting abuse, it is very, very important. I know for sure in Lagos State, Nigeria, I don't know about any other state. I know they have the Office of the Public Defender in Lagos State. I will not say go to the police station. Maybe you should. In Nigeria, I don't trust police stations. I have sent people to police stations several times, like, one lady was almost raped by those police that night. It was one of my domestic violence cases years ago. I said, oh yeah, go to the police station. When I was listening and hearing what this police was telling her, I was scared. I was scared. I mean, like really, really scared. And they will do it. They may just buy her and nothing will happen. Nobody will know. So be careful the authority you report to. But I know for sure, like in Lagos State, I think I'm gonna have to actually ask somebody for that public defender's number. That should be a hot number that you can call, especially in Lagos. In the US, just Google hot number for so, 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 so. It will download for you. You will call, somebody will be there helping you out. In Nigeria, I don't know, but I know for sure that in Lagos State, there is an Office of Public Defender. There is an office there, and they are very functional. One of my friends is a director there. You will not know them because that's one sensitive office that they protect them. They protect their staff. So I know somebody. I'm actually going to ask her, do they have hot number that people can call because it is very, very important. You see, my commitment as a person is the beginning of this one that I'm doing. This is day one. This is week one. I want to do this for the next 4 weeks. This is becoming a series. Together we can learn. We are going to educate ourselves. We're going to support the survivors. I don't just do stuff and we're going to support either therapy or however. And one of the first things I'm going to do is get this number. There must be a number to call, except for the police, because there is no police case in Nigeria. They will just throw your case out like, so what? I've heard that several times. I'll tell people, go to the police station, put your phone on speaker. I want to hear what they're saying. I mean, like, you want to scream, you want to jump out of that phone, like, what did I hear a police say? Police is our friend. They're here to protect us. Not be like Nigeria. But I know for sure that office is in Lagos State, Office of the Public Defender. Do you understand? What they do, how they do it, honestly, I have no idea. But I was happy that there is an office. And I think part of that office is what sent that Baba Gesha to prison. They say, Yabo Joe and Princess, so no, now, just get evidence. Get evidence. All you need is an evidence of this is what happened. And that was what the court will be. It's not about social media noise. It's not about us making noise on social media. No. It's just, I noticed somebody stealing my meat, right? What would I do? I will put a trap there for you. I want to catch you red-handed because people don't get it. I want to catch you red-handed. I will set a bait for you. I will set a trap for you because I want to be sure. It is not like, okay, Omuyiwa came to report Femi to me. My brother, my immediate brother that died, he likes to steal meat when I'm cooking. And he will go and steal meat. And I'll be like, this meat is more than this now. One day, I put meat on the stove. Pretend like I was going to my friends. I said, okay, meanwhile, I'll be back. I just, Molugo. Boom. And I already knows he knows the time that the meat will start cooking. You see, I didn't even allow him to bring his hand out of that pot. I Moburude. You see that his hand, I put it inside that hot meat. Like, I told you stole the meat. You keep saying you did not steal the meat. And mommy will be like, báwo lẹ rán ṣe kéré báyìí? That day I caught him red-handed. That's what you do to good afternoon, Auntie Dami. That's how to catch somebody red-handed. A child has been stealing your cookie. Okay. Catch the cookie. Now at least there is camera everywhere. There is CCTV camera. So now you can catch somebody with the CCTV. Without the CCTV, there will be no case now. So I will set a trap. You can come around my house now from back to front. I have cameras. Even the cars driving on the road, the camera in front of our house will catch it. So you told me you bringing something to my house. You did not bring it. I will see what time did you come. Delivery delivered. One day they said they delivered a shoe. There was nothing in this box. So in this America, empty box was what that person delivered. And guess what? When I picked that package that day, for whatever reason, I don't know why, I was opening it right there. And the camera caught me opening the box and there was nothing there. I had to send the recorded video of when he delivered the box. When I opened the box, it was right there. I sent it to them. I was even threatening like I was going to sue them, like, just refund my money. I will leave you alone. So this camera is there to catch. And before the CCTV, we know how we catch thief now. I caught my brother like, boom, only. All this mommy has been blaming me. You be the one stealing the meat. That's what you do to a thief now. However, whatever, when a child reports an adult, catch them red-handed, catch them green-handed, catch them any-handed, catch a thief. Set that bait. Set that bait. Do your Do your investigation to details. A child reports that, okay, oh, daddy has been coming to molest me when you are at work. And you say, shut up, this and that. You don't believe her. Okay. Put a camera. Don't even tell the child. All these small, small cameras. I mean, with the way technology is now, there may be camera in this phone, these glasses, and you will not know. I have a glasses that has Bluetooth. I'll just press. You won't even know that I'm listening to you. You won't know that I'm recording you on a glasses. Catch that thief. When your child reports somebody, make sure you set any kind of bait to catch them. You work night, okay. Find your way in that room, either with a camera or something. Catch a thief where they are stealing. Together on this series, we're going to educate, we're going to support survivors, we are going to equip parents with teaching, we are awareness. We're going to train volunteers. If you want to, this is how it's going to end. Train volunteers. I'm going to contact some people in Nigeria and do free trainings for parents, for volunteers, for school caregivers. We're going to partner with schools, with churches, with organizations. Whatever, you watching me, you want me to come to your church, your school for training, I'm ready. This is not like, okay, everybody has shouted, they have screamed on social media, that's it. No, it is not it for me. I have training manuals that I've developed for over 10 years. If you remember very well, I know Dio, people like Dio will remember. I used to go to Nigeria to do training. I used to do training, first responder, domestic violence, child molest. I have training manuals. You understand? This is about the kids. Who is protecting them? Do your part as a parent. Do your part as a community leader. Do your part as a school. Do your part as a proprietor. Do your part. Do your part. You have teachers teaching, you have staff over these kids. What are you doing to checkmate them? What are you doing to train them? How are you training these adults that you have put in charge of kids, that you have put in charge of children? How are you training them? How are you developing them? How are you helping them? We are going to partner with the community. We're going to partner. Because protecting children should never depend on one person. It should depend on all of us. It's a community thing. It's a community thing. It should be a shared responsibilities of adults. So I want everyone watching me tonight to do three things. First, you will share this conversation on your page, on your wall, to your friends, to your children. And second, you would talk to one child this week. One child. It may be one child that you like. It may be one child, your grandchild, your own child, your neighbor's child. You will talk to one child this week about body safety in an age appropriate way. Don't go and be talking to a 7-year-old what you shouldn't be talking to a 14-year-old. Don't be talking to a 10-year-old what you should be discussing with an 18-year-old. Age appropriate. And that's part of all the training. You should know what to say at certain age of life. You should know how to train kids at certain age. Don't go and be teaching, you don't want to bombard a little girl. It's all about don't let nobody touch you. You have to know how to, let them know their body parts. Don't be sugarcoating nothing. Let them know their body parts. Let them know how they cannot be touched. And let them know who family is. Number 3, you commit yourself to becoming part of a culture that believes children. Believe your kids. Create that safe environment. Let them trust you. Trust them. Build that trust. So when we are grown adults, we will not be having people with broken promises and broken trust, people that can't trust nobody. Support families and protect the vulnerables. Protect, protect. Each one of us protect one child. Together, we can protect a generation. Together, you see all these people bleeding, all this transfer of aggression, all these people nursing wounds and scars. It will not be there. It is part of all our, it is our responsibility. We are all responsible. It's our all responsibility. Okay, so I'm just going to close with this because I got to go. Training and seminar. Teach training and seminar. It is very, very important. I'm already thinking about next year because this year my cup is full, overflowing, papa. But I'm still gonna be in Nigeria this year, definitely. So me, I think ahead, I plan ahead. I know what I want to do, and I'm already working on it behind the scenes. And when it's time comes, you will honor. We need to train each other. We need to teach each other. We need to help these kids. We need to create a safe environment. I want to leave you with this thought. We cannot rewrite every child's past, okay? But together, all of you watching me, right? We can protect a child's future. We can protect, we can prevent what already happened. We cannot rewrite what already happened, but together, all of us, we can do our part, a little part, a tiny part, and protect a child's future. So what happened to a child, you don't want to happen to another. We can rewrite the story of the one that already happened, like they need to treat and heal. So thank you for joining me. Let me repeat. We cannot rewrite every child's past, but we can protect a child's future. That is a definite. Okay, that is on definite. We can do things better. We can make things better. We can create that safe environment as adults. Thank you for joining me. This is the beginning of a journey. This is the beginning of a journey. One child, one family, one community, one generation at a time. One child, one family, one community, and one generation at a time. It takes that one step and that one child to break every yoke. You can just imagine how one person can affect the whole world, how our president in this country is affecting the whole world. It is one child, though. You can imagine, sometimes I would think like, what trauma? How did this man become this? Do you understand? Hitler was one person that affected the whole world. One bleeding child can have so much impact in the whole world. Don't even say community, in the whole world. One child, one bruising, one bleeding child, one damaged individual can just mess up a whole country, the whole world. One child, and one child can bring healing. One child can just turn the whole world to us living like in heaven. Do you understand? One child, it takes one person, one individual to mess things up. It takes that same one child to create that safe life environment and just make things good and better. Just one person. Just one person. Just think about it. So when you think you're saving a child, a soul, you're saving a generation. That's the way I see it. When you are impacting one life, it is a whole generation, because you can imagine that one child, you don't know where that child will be. Tinubu is the president of Nigeria. That's one child. Whatever it says, executive order, do you understand? One child at a time, one family at a time, one community at a time, one generation at a time. May the Lord bless you, and may the Lord give us the wisdom and the strength to do the right thing. Amen. I'm going to go. I have to run. I have to run. It takes one child. So next week, I will see you. We'll continue this. This is going to be for the next 4 weeks or 6 weeks. It depends on when we finish. I'm going to rush it, because sometimes when the series is getting over 5 weeks, I'm already tired. So God bless you for joining me tonight. I will see you again. If you're joining this Friday, yes. Oh, next week, let me not promise. I will not be here next week. I want to take time off. I need a vacation. I am on the edge. So next week, I'm going to be on vacation. I cannot promise that I will log in, because I just want to shut myself out of everything. The Lagos State Office of Public Defender is located 2 to 8 Inyo Road, off Funshaw Williams Avenue, near Stadium Hotel, bus stop, Surulere. Sister Funke, God bless you. Please send it to me. I'm going to print it big and post it on all my platforms. The public defender in Lagos State, they are functional. I guarantee you, because I know somebody that works there, they are functional. Take your case there. It's not only about child molestation, child domestic violence. They are there to defend the public. Okay, I will. And Sister Funke, please help me research what exactly do they do. I'm going to post this and I'm going to talk to about this on our next, but I'm not sure if I will be here next week. I need a vacation on God, but I will be here on Friday. We're still going to do Friday Faji on TikTok. It's only on TikTok. I'm not coming to Facebook on Friday. This is the Friday is just a freelance. We talk about whatever we want to talk about on TikTok. It's gonna be 7 p.m. America and 12 midnight Nigeria. So if you want to do video with us, you can join us on Friday. Okay. God bless you. One child, one family, one community, one generation at a time. May the Lord bless you. I mean, the Lord give us wisdom and discernment and strength. Amen. I will miss you too. Fabulous me. Till Lottie miss me. That's okay. I'll see you guys next week or the week after. Okay. God bless you. God bless you. God, God bless you. All right. I still have like 5 minutes before my patient comes here. Thank you. I'll see you all again soon. How do I end this? End stream.